Yo! What is up, my dudes? I hope you are having an awesome, fantastic day and that wherever you are in the world, you are happy, healthy, and hydrated. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. A solid 5 out of 7. How are you doing, Polly?
I like the ranking. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good. I want to know what brought on the 5 out of 7, though.
It's an obscure internet reference. I don't know how family friendly it actually is, but it's like a series of
Oh,
screenshots from Facebook of a guy named Robert Graves who just basically spends like entire comment threads like not quite bullying somebody in his social circles, but like you know how sometimes people will post things on Facebook and you just kind of wonder, wait, what was the thought process behind that? Did the thought, like, what was the line of reasoning? What was the train of thought? Did it even leave the station? And Robert Graves is one of those guys that, like, will point that out and just be as sassy as possible, kind of like pointing out that sometimes the comments are just a little bit silly. And so one of the comments that he
yeah.
made was like, about how, you know, the guy made a score for judging a movie and it was out of 7 points instead of out of 5 or out of 10. And now I just like, you know what? 5 out of 7. Yeah, perfect score.
5 out of 7. I love it. I love it. But would you like to share what we're doing today?
All right. So, this has been kind of like a long time coming. We have already done a Q&A stream before. And so it's going to be kind of similarly structured to that other stream. The first stream that we did a Q&A, it was all about questions that you would ask a small streamer about what the experience of a small streamer is like and advice if you want to get involved in streaming. This go around, we were talking about how if you guys want to ask us questions about being a small streamer, you absolutely can. But we want to open the floodgates. We are ready and willing to give you guys dubious life advice. If you have any issues that you are facing in your life, we can obviously provide answers to those questions. If you guys also want just straight up movie recommendations or book recommendations, music recommendations, I am open to doing that as well. Like, basically, you guys ask questions, we answer them. It could be something as big as, you know, what is the meaning of life? It could be something as small as, do pineapples belong on pizza? You know, any and all questions, we are here to answer them.
Absolutely. I'm ready to get into this. Very excited. I've been hyping this up all day. Yeah, I'm thrilled.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and hop right over to the questions then, shall we?
Yeah. Okay, first off, we have, what is something about streaming that viewers wouldn't know just by watching you?
What is... Okay.
I think what do they know, you know? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. That's I think there's a lot of things, like, it's a very broad, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do you have an answer for this? Because I need to ponder.
Before we even do that, I do have a hydration check that was just redeemed on my channel.
Rightfully so. Let me join along.
Make sure you drink water, everybody.
It is important. If you don't have any, go get some right now. Because what are you doing with your life without water? You're nothing. That sounded so passive-aggressive. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, but you're right. Without water, we wouldn't be here. So, I mean, I get it. That was just...
Yeah, that is fair. We are nothing without water, so...
It did come off as a threat, though. I'm not going to lie. So one quick thing before we end up diving too deep into this. I forgot to mention this in the intro. If you guys have any questions that you would like us to tackle, then at least on my channel, it's only going to be 50 channel points. If you look in the channel point redemptions, one of the new ones that we have is Ask a Question. And what that does is it highlights like that particular message, at least on our end. And then we would be able to copy them and put them into our little program here. So that is what we do for the questions. Yes. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to ask a like hit the redeem to ask a question, and then you'll need to type that question. So yeah. Anyways, what is something about streaming that viewers wouldn't know just by watching? just by watching. I know that we talked about this last time, but
Yeah.
the amount of setup that goes into it beforehand is immense. If you are a PNG tuber, there is an immense amount of work that goes into like setting things up. If you are a PNG tuber, it's not as much work as like a VTuber, but there's a lot in like making sure that things are properly rigged. I know that with the program that I use nowadays called PNG Tuber Plus, it took me like 4 hours to actually put all of the layers together and get them in a way that actually animated pretty well. And you wouldn't even be able to tell because, like, at least on this screen, my face is pretty small and you can't tell that there are things moving besides the glasses and the bow tie and the mouth. Let alone setting up things like the frames and whatnot that we end up using for overlays. And if you end up doing a collaboration with other streamers, then like setting up the time beforehand of like making sure that all the ducks are in a row. Like there is a lot of work that goes into it. It's worth it, but it is a lot.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Again, like as you mentioned before, we did talk about this last time. So I feel like we've covered a lot with this question. But again, the first one that comes to my mind, which we've already talked about, is just the amount of hours that I think goes into it behind the scenes rather than when you're actually live. Because like, yeah, you devote a lot of your time, hours at a time possibly. Whoa. Sorry. Something just got messed up. Pardon me. But yeah, you do devote a lot of your hours to the actual act of streaming, but it's the setting up beforehand that really gets to you, you know? And I feel like that's something a lot of people don't realize. Even if you are considering becoming a streamer too, that's something that's not talked about enough. Is like, you're gonna have to devote some heavy hours to the prep, the setting up. It's a lot, but it's worth it. So I can't say it's a bad thing, but it is something that a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah, no,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
I think that another factor that is like, first of all, there's always going to be technical issues. So just, I mean, I always say that it wouldn't be a Wobble Dude stream without a little bit of scuff. And like, we were even chatting about this before the stream even started. There's always going to be technical issues. And one of the biggest challenges for me lately has been like making sure that audio is balanced. That's one thing that I have really cared about in the past year is like, I used to have just the worst microphone. It wasn't quite like McDonald's speaker, but McDonald's speaker was a very close relative of the of the microphone that I had. And I ended up upgrading my microphone setup, and like it took a while to even adjust the EQ for that. And so like
Exactly, yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it. And so yeah, it's just like this is anytime that you end up doing streaming, it is going to eventually be greater than the sum of its parts, but a lot of the parts take a lot of time and effort, and it's all good.
Yeah, for sure. I can completely agree with that. The first microphone that I had was nasty. It was like a headset. I don't remember where I got it from. It was just kind of something that I think I had on me, so I just used it. Yeah, it was really bad. It actually, thank goodness, it broke. It was so weird. It just stopped charging and stopped turning on. So I was like, oh, wow, thank you so much, universe. And then that way I could actually have a reason to invest in a new microphone. It was very fun. There was a short period of time too in between when I had my old microphone and the older, newer one that I had, not the one I have now. This is like the third microphone I've been through. But when I was actually waiting for my other microphone to arrive, I had to just use the speaker on my laptop. It was actually, it was horrible. It was like a nightmare. And nobody said anything. You guys all kept quiet, which I think I appreciate, but also I can't watch those streams back anymore. They're somewhere out there, but I can't do it. It was rough. So yeah, I think investing in equipment, setting up equipment, it doesn't ever come ready. And we need to talk about that more. Like, you think that it would come to you ready in the box. Like, you just plug it in and it's ready to go. And, like, I guess that is the case sometimes. But if you really want it to sound, like, as perfect as you can get it, yeah, you have to fool with it for a long time. Test runs, videos, take up all the memory on your device, trying to figure out how to make it sound good, test streams, asking a friend. Like, I can't count the amount of times I was like, hey Star, let's get on a call and tell me how I sound. Yeah. They were so tired of me, but thank you, shout out to Star, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, It's a lot of work.
It's a couple things to that point. Like technically all that you need to start streaming is like a computer and a microphone. Some streamers, they don't even need a microphone because they just end up streaming the gameplay. Chances are you're not going to like build an audience that way necessarily, but like you could have a laptop with a microphone and a camera and you can start streaming just like that. But it's not going to be that great a quality in terms of video and audio. And so it does require an investment. There's one other thing. Twilight has commented that those short 30-second Instagram reels can take 1 to 2 hours to edit each. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that you've been posting more reels lately, and they've been really fun to watch, almost like little tiny snippets of the videos that you post on YouTube, but it does take a while to put together.
Yeah, it does. I mean, even like with those, because I've been trying to do that more as like a promotional strategy, okay? Hear me out, guys. And they've been working. I love making them. I think it really captures like the key moments from my videos, so that way people will try to look at the full versions of them.
Yeah.
But like, even though I have the full version ready to go and I'm just cutting it down into like a bite size version, yeah, it still takes a long time to scale it, get everything how I want it to be, especially when I make brand new reels that aren't like coming from my other videos, like the video trailers I have been putting out. Yeah, those take a while. I know yours too, with the way that you edit them. I can only imagine the man hours that go into that. It's crazy. The dedication is there, and I appreciate that from creators like you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's not even just streaming, it's like content creating in general. Like YouTube, Instagram, TikToks, like it doesn't matter if your video is 30 seconds or not, like that could take us just as long as like a 5-minute video, you know?
Mm-hmm. And, okay, there is one thing. I would actually like to get something off of my chest about, like, content creation.
Okay.
And it's something that only has affected my Instagram, but, like, I have heard barely anybody talk about this, and I know that I should be grateful. I should be grateful. But there is one Instagram reel that blew up like crazy and now has over 300,000 views.
Oh my goodness, really?
And it is a clip from a stream that I did back in February, in which I'm having a conversation about, yes, Twilight knows it, Kronk, about how The Emperor's New Groove, the movie, is actually a Metroidvania. And, like, I go back and forth with chat about it, and I end up realizing, oh, wait, yeah, it kind of is a Metroidvania in terms of its level design and its progression. The thing is, like, I still end up receiving views and likes from it, and it is still popular. It still continues to grow, but I put hours and hours and hours of work into my new reels, and I wish that people would like those, you know? I
feel that.
Like, I should feel grateful, but, like, the thing is, because I have that one reel that for some reason has done amazingly well, when I compare that to the other reels that don't do nearly as well, it does kind of make me feel a little bit worse. And then I need to take a step back and say, okay, no, wait a minute. This is just one that happened to be popular. It's kind of a one and done deal. But then it ended up starting affecting the amount of view counts that I would get on those reels, because Instagram saw, oh, there's only one reel from this guy that's actually, like, super popular. All the rest don't get nearly as much, so we're not going to push his content out to nearly as many people. And there are sometimes, like, 2 or 3 week droughts where, like, I get maybe 100 views, maybe a couple hundred, and meanwhile one continues to, like, I don't know. I don't want to be known for that one reel. I would rather that people, like, discover my content and, like, generally get the vibe and, like me and the content in general, rather than just that one thing. Again, I should be grateful, but, like, that's where I'm at.
No, it makes a ton of sense, because I think the algorithm is just against every content creator out there. What is up with that? Like, I noticed that too. It has to just be bad luck. Like, there's no way they can tell. There's no way that the system can tell what kind of an effort I've put into my videos, because it always seems similar to what you're saying. Like, the videos that I do not like or that I didn't put any effort into, like I just got them out to get them out there, you know, they do tremendously amazing. And then the videos that I actually like work so hard for, you know, my eyes are like bloodshot, I'm starving, I have not gotten any sleep, you know, like, and I've been working on it for like hours and days straight. People are like, could be better, and then like nobody sees it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's up with that. Like I promote it, I do everything I can, nothing works.
I think that the thing that we always need to remind ourselves of is 90% of your followers will come from 10% of your videos. And that is basically true for almost every content creator. And so, like, as long as you recognize that, like, sometimes it's actually gonna make sense to do kind of the low effort content that you know is gonna get views, and then like have that be like the thing that actually grows the channel. But then since the channel is able to grow through that, then you can take a little bit more time to do the videos that you genuinely do care about. And at a certain point, you do need to come to, like, you need to come to peace with the fact that the things that you are most passionate about are not always going to be the things that end up getting the most views or the most engagement. You have to be intrinsically motivated in order to keep moving on. You do the stuff that is going to be good for the algorithm, and then you do the things that you care about.
Yeah, that sucks though, because, you know, like, I want to have fun and put out what makes me happy, but then the world is like, yeah, so we're not going to let that slide, actually. And then I'm stuck putting out, like, things I'm just not satisfied with because that's what the people want to see. Like, guys, get a better taste, I guess. Like, go check out what I actually... You know, like, hear me out. No, what you're saying is valid, though. It does make a lot of sense, so I agree all the way, but it's frustrating. I can't even lie. Yeah.
I would like to recommend doing a next question before we dive down a super intense rabbit hole. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely. It can go so many different ways.
Yeah. This next question is, what is your favorite milkshake flavor?
What do you think? Take a good guess at what you think mine is.
Oh my gosh.
It's really easy. It's really easy.
It's chocolate, isn't it?
It is chocolate, yeah.
I mean, chocolate's delicious.
You seem...
Yeah.
It is, what can I say? I can't even lie. You seem like a... banana milkshake enjoyer.
You're just saying that because I'm a fan of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, maybe it is.
You're really trying to
stereotype
Kong, me like that? Oh my gosh, wow.
I am,
I can't believe
Okay, no, what is it though? I need to know. What is your favorite milkshake flavor?
It is, I don't know. I don't really have milkshakes that often is the thing. And so I'm gonna go with vanilla. I'm gonna go with, maybe cookies and cream.
Yeah, be careful with that one.
Maybe cookies and cream. Okay, here's the thing. I genuinely believe that vanilla is one of the most underrated flavors. I think that it is absolutely insane that people use the word vanilla to describe something that is boring. Because you are not going to tell me that the Dutch and the English colonized half of the planet so that they could end up waging war to get vanilla beans back to London or back to Amsterdam just so that we could label vanilla as boring. It is a beautiful and rich flavor if you're willing to engage with it with the respect that it deserves. That's where I stand on the issue.
I don't think that vanilla is bad. It just tastes like a default preset flavor. Like it's not original. I'm sorry. Like it's the default, the basic. Like every picky eater will eat something vanilla flavored. Like
agree
what do you mean?
Disagree.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree on this one.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to lay slide. I'm not a picky eater. I just think that vanilla is disrespected.
I think it's overhyped. I think we're on way different pages with this one.
We are on different pages, though. And that's okay. Well, can we meet in the middle with cookies and cream?
I think it's good. I do think it's good. Okay. I think we can meet in the middle there.
All right, GG's.
GG's. Next question.
All right.
Best ice cream sundae toppings. This is a wild question. I think there's so many options you can incorporate. Like so many toppings you can put on a sundae. Where to start, you know? I have a really automatic answer that came to my head though. Like it's a whole thing.
For me,
shall I share?
It's hot fudge.
Okay, well, It says toppings plural bubble, dude. Are you just vanilla and hot fudge? Is that like your go-to sundae?
I mean, if
You
it's
can add anything on there.
if
Any
it
combo.
is like if it's like a cheap ice cream sundae from like a fast food place and it's soft serve vanilla, hot fudge, and peanuts, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. If I am like doing
Low-key,
like
yeah.
a gourmet ice cream sundae, like I don't know, brownie bits. I do like brownie bits.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. That's like an automatic like acceptable answer. If this happened, if I had access to every single flavor of
Oh my
ice cream
gosh,
and
the
topping
music is a bit
in
too
front of
loud,
me and I can
sorry.
choose.
There we go.
Okay, hear me out. So, I have my bowl. I have chocolate ice cream, rightfully so, hot fudge, caramel, strawberries, some kind of nut, and then sprinkles. I don't like cherries. Is that controversial to say I don't like cherries on my ice cream or really at all? Like, it's classic, but it's just...
It depends on
ugh.
what type of cherry. If you're talking maraschino
Like
cherry,
a maraschino.
oh my
Yeah,
god, no.
yeah.
Like I was gifted a box of sweet tarts from one of my students for Halloween, and I have been actively avoiding the red ones because I cannot stand the taste of artificial cherries and maraschino cherries. If
I
it's
feel
like a
like sweet tarts are the kind
genuine
of-
like fresh cherry, I love it. But maraschino cherries taste like cough syrup.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah, okay, I'm glad we can agree on that one at least. But no, I feel like sweet tarts are the kind of candy where you can't taste the difference between the flavors. What do you mean you're avoiding the red ones?
I don't like any of the red flavors. I don't like sherry. I think that strawberry flavoring is way too sweet. I think that cinnamon flavored candy belongs in a garbage chute, and watermelon's just kind of meh, you know?
Yeah, I don't know who came up with the flavor of like artificial watermelon. What is that? What is that? That tastes
a
like
mistake.
nothing. It's a mistake. It needs to be executed, okay? Like we need to stop that. We need to stop acting like we like it. It's not fun. But yeah, no,
Okay.
I think flavors I'm just being honest,
We
okay?
need to bring out the guillotines for the watermelon flavor. My god.
Execute all of it. Remove it from the premises, ban it for life.
It might
I can't do this anymore, you know?
It might also be the red dye number 40 that makes stuff taste bad. You're right, Twilight Mom. Do you actually do you know what red dye 40, like when you look at the ingredients list, do you know what red 40 is actually made out of?
I feel like if you told me the answer I would know, but I can't think off the top of my head.
It's like the extract of like shells from a very specific species of beetle.
Okay. So remind me. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like a pigment in like this beetle shell. And like, so vegetarians technically can't eat anything that has red 40 in it.
They're lying to themselves, you know? They've been trying to avoid eating it. You know what? Also, Chloe, thank you so much for redeeming British mode. I love you for that. Do you want to join in on this one?
Absolutely not. Like,
Okay.
as a God-fearing American, I would love to disrespect Britain in any way that I can, but even I would not stoop so low as to do a fake British accent.
Okay, well, I'm alone on this one. Yeah. The 5 minute starts now. Are you ready to move on to the next question?
I'm ready to move on. Yes.
Okay, let's do this.
You
want to read it.
What is the dream or life goal that you are chasing?
Just one. I feel like there's so many that I'm like always going after. I don't know. I don't think I have a specific one there that I can think of where like I don't feel like a movie character enough to like have my main goal yet. Like I don't know. Do you have one?
I really love traveling, and I always say that I haven't been everywhere, but it is on the list. I really want to visit as many places on this beautiful planet as I can. Not only to see, like, the natural wonders, and just to be, like, fully immersed in all the different natural places that are truly beautiful, but, I would also like to experience as many different cultures as I can. In cultures where I can, like, safely visit, obviously. Sometimes the world can be a dangerous and tumultuous place, but, like,
Yes, absolutely.
I want to visit Japan and Korea. I want to visit Vietnam. I want to eventually visit China. You know, I've got some African countries on the list as well: Egypt, Ethiopia, South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria. I would love to go to South America. And so, like, there's only so much money that I'm able to make as a teacher in the United States, but with the exception of video games and my silly plastic friends, including but not limited to Amiibo and Lego, I do try to scrimp and save what I can so that, you know, I can take advantage of the summers that I have off and to travel. And I want to be able to do that while I am healthy enough to do so, while I am young and stupid enough to do so. And I just want to... That is my idea of living life to the fullest, is just traveling as often and to as many places as I can.
No, I think that's a very valid response. I don't know. I don't have any goals, actually, now that I think about it. I was trying to ponder and I didn't come across anything, so I don't know. I really have no, like, goal. That's a good one, though. I feel that's valid. Also, thank you so much, Calcat, for that follow. I appreciate that so very much.
Oh, yay.
Also, Chloe, no, you can't redeem British mode twice because Wobble Dude already said he wasn't gonna do it. So, yeah. But I might have to pass on this question, which I don't want to do. But I'm boring, guys. To like, I don't stream. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say stream. That makes me sound like a failure, but I'm not trying to say that I am. Twilight Mom, thank you for that follow. I didn't realize you didn't follow me. Thank you, though. I appreciate that so very much.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. I don't know. I might have to pass, unfortunately, because I don't have a distinct question in my head. Or, answer, I should say.
Do you have any goals for, like, the next couple of years, then?
Okay. No, you just brought up... Okay, I got an answer. Thank you for that inspiration.
There we go.
I really, really, really want to invest... this is... Oh my gosh, thank you for saying this. This is actually... I don't know why I didn't think of this. I want to invest in a very cool, very old car. So I want to have, like, a really old car from, like, the 80s. But because a lot of them don't work well, I want to save up to be able to buy the body of a car and then also an engine and swap out the engines, you know? So that way it's, like, a sturdy car that can last me a while, you know? That's gonna take a lot of devotion, but, like, I think I can get there.
Okay.
Is it realistic? Maybe, maybe not, but I think, like, just to have a reliable, cool-looking car, okay? That's my goal.
I mean, if there's a way for you to have the body of a really good-looking car from the 80s, but the fuel efficiency of some of the engines that we have nowadays, or if there's even a way that you could retrofit, like, hybrid or EV technology into an old car design, I think it would be cool. It would be very challenging, and obviously, like, the physics you would have to take into account, like, if the old bodies are, like, heavier and clunkier, then you gotta factor into account, like, safety and everything, and making sure that everything is gonna run, but that would be so cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think it is possible for me to, like, do that in a sense of, like, taking an authentic car from, like, the 80s. But also, I did hear that there's this, I forgot what brand it was. There is some kind of a car line that is making, eventually in the future, all-electric car that's, like, made from the exact model of one from the 1980s. So it's, like,
dude,
a cool version. That would be a pretty penny, but I think, like, by the time that comes out, I could probably save up, you know? Hear me out. If I'm devoted, okay?
It's okay.
I think devotion is a key thing to success.
I don't need both of my kidneys, you know?
You know what? Yeah, I don't need a leg either, an extra leg. I can just cut off a leg and a kidney. It doesn't matter. Also, British timer's up. Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
I think... yeah, I mean, it is something that I think is fun, and I have done research on it, and it is a possibility, although it would take a while to get there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think... Again, lifelong, guys. Hopefully I live here a lot longer. Let's not jinx it, knock on wood, but, like, I have time, so that's good. Also, Twilight Mom, no. I mean, I'm not saying, like, the 80s is really old, I promise. I don't think it is, but everybody else does. I'm just trying to fit in, guys. What can I say? But no, you're not old, I promise. Oh my goodness. Alright, next question.
Alright.
If you could get anything in the whole world as a gift, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. Okay. Would you like to go first with this one? Because I need to think.
I can make up something, maybe. I don't have an exact answer. I would say... It can be anything. We'll say, like, realistic or not.
Oh, okay.
the car of my dreams, you know? What can I
Okay.
say?
Yeah, I do have an unrealistic one now, and I could maybe come up with a realistic one really quickly.
Go for it, yeah.
Okay, so my non-realistic one, I know that to those who have read the novel, this is gonna come off as really sad, but I don't care. I want this. Like, it's kind of one of those things where, like, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs, and the signs would be that I would buy a submarine. And
that's okay.
I would want it to be a pretty hefty submarine, and obviously I would need to like hire a crew for the submarine and everything, because like one person can't operate a full-blown submarine. But I just want to be like Captain Nemo from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but without the tragic backstory and without all of the tragedy of his life. I would love to explore the oceans. I know that it would be terrifying, but like, to remove myself from society and to just be in a submarine, I get to like fill out the submarine with like a library full of all the books that I would ever want to read, and I get to just hang out with fish and squid and whales all day. That's perfect. That's perfect.
That's like the last thing I was expecting you to say, but it also makes like a lot of sense somehow.
Yeah, no,
I also did think of I thought of an answer as well. Well,
yeah, I love the ocean, and so I would just want to be immersed in the ocean. And then the realistic thing as a gift is the Legend of Zelda Deku Tree Lego set.
oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think that looks gorgeous. If you could ever get your hands on that, like lucky you, you know.
Yes, indeed,
But,
Twilight Mom.
guys,
It would,
yeah. Twilight Mom, take notes. You know what can I say? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Yeah, I like your answer for a realistic option. I would have to say for my unrealistic option, does Josh Hutcherson count? Can I be gifted Josh Hutcherson?
You know, as a U.S. history teacher, I will say that treating people as property to gift somebody, not a good look generally.
No, I mean, like, it didn't have to be like an object. Like, I'm not saying that. But
like an afternoon with him, or like,
yeah, like imagine it's like a one wish thing. Like I get like a free trial, like 24 hours with Josh Hutcherson, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to objectify.
No, I get it. I was just like,
no, but
can I
Josh
have a human being
Josh.
as a gift? And immediately bells went off. I'm like,
the gift wouldn't be getting Josh himself, but it would be like getting the free pass.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah, it would be. It would be like my ticket. Boom.
You just really like those whistle edits that were dominating.
The whistle edits,
yeah,
I do.
Dominating social media like a year ago when Freddy FNAF at 5 Bears came out.
Oh, Freddy FNAF. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they're making a second one. They're making a sequel, and he's going to be in it. So another 2 hours of Josh. I'm here for it, you know?
Let's hope that they hire writers this time.
No, okay, that's fair. I can't say that I know much about the game, but I do feel like the movie could have used some work. I don't know.
It definitely could. I have definitely gotten into collecting physical media lately. I really enjoy growing my Blu-ray collection, and I don't care how cheap it is. I am never going to get Five Nights at Freddy's. I saw the movie in theaters. I had a lot of fun with Twilight watching that movie, but it was more like laughing at the movie rather than laughing with the jokes or being frightened by the jump scares. It was...
Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
No, that's valid. It's valid. Yeah, I showed my best friend that movie for the first time the other day. By the other day, this was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I think it was the same with us. I think we were just laughing at it the whole time. Because it's kind of comedic. Like, I don't know. It's just a very goofy movie when you really look at it. But, yeah, I mean... Maybe the second one will be better. You never know. What can I say?
Do you want to know my favorite part of the movie?
Josh Hutcherson?
Okay, besides him, all right?
Okay, we'll take him out of the picture. Yeah, what was it, though?
My favorite part of the movie is when Josh Hutcherson's character goes to the pharmacy to pick up medication that he needs for his mental disorder, and the pharmacist tells him, taking a hike would help.
Yeah, some warm chamomile tea and, a nice humidifier in your room. Like, buddy, what?
Have you considered not being stressed? Have you considered not being anxious? Oh, no, I didn't think of that. Thanks. A pharmacist tells him this.
Yeah, the pharmacist. I think he had every right to respond the way he did to, like, what do you mean? I don't know. I think that was, Who wrote that scene? Who wrote that scene?
I don't know.
I don't know anymore. But
Next
it was
question?
a goofy movie. Next question. Let's do it.
What's your favorite cookie?
Cookie? Oh my gosh. I have to say classic chocolate chip. That's so basic of me, but like you just can't beat it.
You're going to Costco and you're buying the double chunk chocolate cookie.
The double chunk chocolate cookie, yeah.
Oh
the double chunk chocolate cookie, that's what I'm buying. Absolutely.
Yeah. Side note, one of the activities that the kids did in my class today was writing speeches as if they were George Washington trying to rally the troops in the Continental Army. And I had a kid deliver a speech today that said, we're gonna bring the boom to Britain. And I was like,
you cannot let Gen Alpha in those classrooms anymore. Let's just keep them home.
I was not going to expect Costco guy references in
Costco guy. We're Costco guys, I mean, yeah. What else do you expect? Like, it is, yeah.
Okay, but honestly, R.I.P. George Washington, you would have loved the $1.50 and 20-ounce drink combo from Costco. Honestly,
he would have. He would have. Rest in peace.
My favorite cookie, I don't know. I also really make a delicious chocolate chunk cookie. It's not chocolate chip, it's chocolate chunk. I will take baking chocolate. I'll basically do a bar of milk chocolate and a bar of dark chocolate, and I will chop it up into chunks and mix it in my cookie dough. And the secret is to basically chill the cookie dough for at least 24 hours. You want it to almost slightly ferment in the fridge before you bake it, and it makes the flavor so much better when you bake it. That's at least my 2 cents as far as like making cookies. But my favorite, I don't know. I really like a ginger snap. No, Snickerdoodle. Sorry, Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle. Yeah.
I had that in my mind anyway. Same thing. I'm kidding. I'm gonna get beaten up for that. Not the same thing, but they're both delicious. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you can't, especially during like the holidays. Like you cannot beat them.
I know a Snickerdoodle. Like it's such a simple cookie, but like one of my general rules of thumb with dessert is I want my dessert to be either like super rich, like a dark chocolate, or I want my dessert to have some type of spice in it, whether it is cinnamon or cardamom. Like I love bread pudding as a dessert. I love Snickerdoodles for dessert. Pumpkin white chocolate Snickerdoodles. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Twilight Mom is reminding me of her pumpkin white chocolate Snickerdoodles, and oh my gosh. That's the holiday season right there. It's so good.
Literally foaming at the mouth. Like that sounds delicious.
Oh man.
Yeah. Nothing is better than like holiday desserts. We need to start talking about those more often.
I know. But I am very much the person that respects the turkey. I firmly believe that you should not celebrate Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
Okay, I thought you were saying like you should respect the. Do you eat turkey on Thanksgiving, right?
Well, yes, I eat turkey on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying like I thought that's where that was going. No, I 110% agree.
Really?
People need to stop listening. Yes, people need to stop doing this whole Christmas thing before Thanksgiving. Like it's still a holiday, and no, don't like. It's not enough to just devote your life to one day of celebrating. No, it's a month, girl. Give November her time to shine. Okay, she wants to be grateful for you, and you're not being grateful for her. Like hear me out,
Polly. I'm gonna be candid. I thought that you were going to be the exact opposite.
No, I can't. I don't play that game. You think I would, and I respect that, but I can't respect it enough because it's not the case.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're on the same page. Yeah. All right.
Us after agreeing for the first time in forever, like what?
I know. Yeah.
Caught on camera, real, not clickbait, emotional.
Shall we do another question?
Let's do it. Let's move on.
All right. do you like warm colors or cool colors better?
That's actually kind of a hard question. I think, does a combination count? Like, I feel like I would have to, not unfortunately, that I'm not. Do I really like it if it's unfortunate? I would have to say cool colors, because my 3 favorite colors in order just happen to be green, purple, and blue, which are the cool colors. So I guess cool, but warm colors, like, I can't be hating. I really can't.
I'm definitely more of a cool colors enjoyer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta add another question real quick. And then, so yeah, my favorite color is purple. For years, my favorite color was blue. But I don't know if you know what? I'm just gonna admit this. I've gone through many phases in my life, and one of those phases was sadly caring about how people interpreted my own masculinity. And like on one hand, I still love blue. Like, blue is very much tied, or basically a very close second to my favorite color, which is purple. But like, for the longest time, as much as I enjoyed purple, I still told people, no, blue. Blue is always going to rank supreme. Blue is the color of the ocean. Blue is the color of Los Angeles Dodgers. You know, I support blue. But like, there was a point in my life where I thought that since purple was a more feminine color, I would say, you know what, my favorite color is blue. I don't want my favorite color to be purple because I don't want people to judge me for liking purple. But the older that I get, the more that I realize that I really shouldn't care about how other people choose to interpret the way that I interface with the world and the way that I express myself. And frankly, nobody should care about, like, if there's a guy that says that his favorite color is pink, or if there is like a woman who says that her favorite, I don't even know what a masculine color would be, like navy blue or so, I don't know. Like, all of this stuff at the end of the day is basically made up. I think that you should enjoy the things that you enjoy and not care about what other people think about the things that bring your life joy. And so I like purple. Mm-hmm. I've liked purple and said that my favorite color is purple for years at this point. And I still like blue. But in short, cool colors, definitely cool colors. I do like some warm colors. Lately, I've been playing Persona 4 Golden, and so I really have come to appreciate the color yellow more. Because, like, everything in that game is yellow, and it's a very good game. And I didn't used to care about yellow as much, but now I like it more.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely valid, and love the lore drop. I love the backstory, the inspirational speech. I feel like we can all relate to that to some extent. But also at the end of the day, like, going back to what you said, like, every single person in this whole entire world will like perceive you in a different way. Yeah. And you cannot control it. Like, you literally cannot do anything about it. Even if you try to fit with the standards, there's always going to be somebody who just doesn't agree with you, doesn't like what you have to say, just thinks that you're a burden, and you can't do anything about that, because there's 3 types of people in the world: people who feel neutral about you, people who really like you, and people who don't like you. It's just how it is. So, long story short, be yourself, guys. Like, it sounds so stupid, but like, there's literally only you can't do any harm, really. That's the thing. It'll only do you good.
There's always going to be haters, so as long as you end up living your life to the fullest in a way that, you know, helps the people that are around you, and living in a way where you're able to learn something new every day, you know, who cares what the haters say? Some people are going to go out of their way to be negative towards people because that's just how they act and how they behave. And hopefully one of these days they will heal. Hopefully one of these days they will, you know, start to interact in a more respectful way. But until such time, like, don't care about what they say. You do you. Help the people that you love and care about. Learn something new every day. And live a good life from day to day.
Absolutely. Like Taylor Swift says, the hater's gonna hate, but she's just gonna shake it off, guys. Like, I know. I thought you were gonna say it, actually, but I beat you to it.
You're
I think
more
you
of a
just let me
Swiftie
have
than
that
I
one.
am.
I know, but I had to wrap it up like that, okay? What can I say? Next question, though?
Sure, next question.
Okay, what is some advice to somebody that you would give somebody who is considering streaming? I think we answered this one, or something similar to it at least, last stream as well that we did together. Mine, kind of vague, but I think it can go in many different directions, is like, go for it. I think people worry, especially me, like I can say this personally when I was trying to get into streaming, you're always worrying about like when it's going to be the right time, when you're going to be prepared enough, when you're going to have at least enough followers to start off with. Like, you're never going to be ready. You're never going to have all the followers you want at the beginning. You're always going to have problems. I still have problems. Wobble Dude still has problems. Unfortunately, got to throw you under the bus. Like, you're never going to be 100% ready to perfect streaming. It's not something you perfect, it's just something you have fun with, you know? So just jump into it. Use whatever equipment you have as long as you got the bare minimum. Promote yourself in the best ways you can. Do it with the time you have. Like, just whenever you feel like you want to do it, whether you really can, like, work with what you got and jump into it. That's what I gotta say.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And once you do jump into it, here is the next step. Let's see, that was a nice little segue right there. But so here is something that took me a while to realize as a streamer. And as a streamer specifically, because this isn't necessarily like some advice that I would give to somebody who is like a YouTuber or somebody who is like an influencer primarily on TikTok or on Instagram. Like, one of the reasons why streaming is so popular is because it is different from those other forms of media. And the thing that makes streaming different from those forms of media is the fact that there is a live chat. People end up gravitating towards streamers because they really like interacting with somebody while they're playing games, while they are making music, while they are building Lego sets, while they are cooking. And the whole appeal of streaming in the first place is being able to strike up a conversation with somebody. So it might take a while for you to practice striking up a conversation with chat, because when you first start off, not a lot of people are going to be showing up. But when people start showing up, try to actively engage with them in a conversation. If somebody ends up creating an open-ended question in chat and you end up responding with like 2 sentences and then you immediately go back to gameplay, then the person who chatted is going to think, well, what the heck? Why did I even type that? And they're going to move on. But if you are willing to engage in a dialogue with chat, and that is going to take some practice, don't get me wrong, but when you end up engaging in a dialogue with chat, then that is going to be far more engaging content, and people are going to want to come back and be a part of your community because, like, they are a part of your community, and they're genuinely going to feel like they're a part of your community because of that dialogue and because of that connection. So, especially in the early days of streaming, try to have that connection where you have a meaningful conversation.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that's a great way to put it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to move on? We have so many questions. You guys have been so generous in giving us so many. So
yeah.
So many. I feel like we need to, like, I don't know how many there are. There's like a chunky amount, but all right. You ready for the next one?
Oh yeah. Okay. Biggest life stressors and how you handle them.
Ooh, okay. I think I would say for me personally, having a lot to do at once, which I think is just such a common stressor. Like, when there's just so much work, so many, especially with content too, I really try to prioritize this because it's something I do enjoy doing. But like, it gets stressful when there's a deadline approaching me, like a deadline even if I set it. And I have like shorts I have to make, videos, streams I have to get to, personal life things. I still have a life. I still have people I make plans with, things I need to do for myself personally. And like, I always have to figure out, like, what am I going to prioritize here? Do I have to cancel this stream? Do I have to cancel plans with this person? That is what stresses me out the most. Usually how I handle that though is I write down everything I have to do and then kind of order them in a list of what do I have to get done right now and what can wait. What can I put off? What can I cancel? What can I put aside and maybe do later or just never do again? Like, that's usually what I do, which I don't love doing, but it does help cut down what is the most overwhelming to me in those moments. I think that's gotta be my answer.
Yeah. I mean, like, one of the best life skills that you could get is, like, when you find yourself overwhelmed, figuring out the things that you can kind of do half of a decent job at so that you can focus more on the things that are really important and that you do really care about. Knowing what things to kind of, like, quickly get through, the kind of things that you need to cut out, and the things that you really need to dedicate your attention to. I think that one of the, like, on that front, I actually haven't said this saying in so long, but, like, it is true, and it's something that I do still think about. Pay attention to the things that you pay attention to. Like, actually be cognizant of the things that you put your time and you put your attention to, and when you pay attention to them, give it your best shot. Like, fully immerse yourself in that thing and make sure that you do the best job that you can. And, like, that should especially go for the things that are the most vitally important to you. And once you get done with that, any of the smaller things, maybe you can do a halfway decent job at it and move on. Sometimes you just need to cut them out. But for the things that are vitally important, things like family, things like close friends, and things like mental health, pay attention to the things that you pay attention to.
That's good. Never thought of that, but I like that.
Yeah. My biggest life stressors?
Living, like, I don't know, I think it's 2024, like, what doesn't?
Yeah, it is 2024, and, like, I'm going to try to keep things intentionally vague because I don't want to be, like, super negative, but, you know, I am a U.S. history teacher, and so part of my job, and in order to do my job effectively, is staying on top of current events in the news. And the past month has been, frankly, kind of horrible for me. And I don't know the best way to, like, navigate through that. If I'm being 100% honest, I think that the big thing when life is super overwhelming is you just kind of need to take things one day at a time. And, like, there are going to be times where you feel like you are Frodo and you feel almost completely alone, and you are trying to navigate through Mordor, and you are faced with all sorts of negativity coming at you from all sides. But in those moments, you either need to find yourself a Samwise Gamgee, or you need to be the Samwise Gamgee that you want to see in the world. You need to put yourself in the position where you take care of yourself enough, you hydrate, you exercise, you eat your vegetables, you don't engage in negative behaviors that are going to affect your mental acuity or affect your ability to help people, and you just do your best to help people. One day at a time, one small act at a time. And you're not going to change the world, but, you know, when you're faced with a moment where you are asking yourself, what on earth can you possibly do? The answer is always going to be what you can do. You do what you can do, one day at a time, one act at a time, and helping one person at a time. You could either do that, or you could, if things get really rough, you could do what I do and maybe spend a week straight playing Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Both of those are valid options.
I think it is valid, absolutely. I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes you also need to find, like, that one thing that can kind of just help you cope with whatever's going on, because a lot of the times, I guess depending on certain situations, like, things will be out of your control. You can't do anything about the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
You know, there's small things you can do to make yourself feel better, but a lot of the times the main problem that might be out of your hands, like, you can't just fix it. So that's when I've also learned to turn to other ways to help myself in those moments. Like, I love listening to music, so I will listen to music, I will play music. I usually turn to, like, the guitar whenever I'm like, I just need to get away from all of reality and just, like, lock in on something that I can play or do or just be hands-on with, you know? Usually just something as innocent as that. Or, like you said, lock it on in Stardew Valley and just playing that for hours on end over the weekend, like, not leaving the house, like, just whatever you need to do to, like, when you have the chance, break away and take care of yourself before trying to go about whatever is stressing you out can help you out the most, if anything.
But even when you end up doing that, it's still important to maintain the connections that you have in your life. Reach out to loved ones, reach out to friends, make sure that, make sure that they got your back and that you got their back. You don't want to like completely socially isolate yourself. I don't blame you for wanting to do that. And like, Lord knows I do it with Stardew Valley. I think that all of us do to a certain extent. But make sure that you never lose or stop fostering those connections that you have with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think that is important. And not that I'm advertising straying away from that, but yeah, I mean, it is important to reach out to people who you can trust. Go to your support team if you have one, and get any help that you do need, just at least to take your mind off. Have a conversation with somebody, meet up, go for coffee with a friend, just to have some fun while you can, or spill the tea with people, like just talk with people who can help. Anything like as small as that can do big numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Next question.
We tackled that well. I feel pretty good about that, actually.
Yeah. I think we ate that up. Okay. Any interesting streamer or content creator etiquette things you've learned since streaming? I don't know. I personally feel like my streams are so chaotic. Like I just speak. Like sometimes I go back to my VODs and I'm like, what did I say? Like I feel like there's still things I need to learn. Something etiquette, I guess ish, maybe that I've learned is I think being unbiased is a really big thing. I don't think it's bad to put beliefs and opinions out on the internet, but if you aren't aware of what community you have built and how people view things or how they might react to certain opinions of yours that might be a little bit bigger than just your favorite flavor of milkshake, then I would say be really mindful, walk on eggshells. If you don't want to get too controversial, then don't, It's really hard to take things back, though, that you said. That might change people's opinion on you. And you can totally have the mindset of like, well, if people don't want to watch me talk about what I believe in, then I don't really want them to watch me. Do what you feel. But if you don't want to lose viewers due to like uncertainty and things like that, then definitely be very careful about what you say. I think I like to keep things very unbiased. Like I just like to keep things chill, have this be a safe space for people to come when they don't want things to be controversial and biased all the time, just to kind of unplug for a little bit. And so I think that's important. But if you want to do something similar with, like as me, with something like that, then it is very important to be mindful of other people's opinions and feelings too, because they're also coming to see you. That's true, but also you're streaming for them. So you got to keep your audience in mind all the time.
Yeah. I think that I'm gonna take this in a very different direction, but
go for it.
Like I have done now collab streams with you. I have done collab streams with Twilight, and part of me is like I do want to like branch out and do collab streams with some other content creators, and I think that one of the most important things to always remember is like, first of all, don't be afraid to ask if you want to collab with somebody, to make sure, you can be the one to get the ball rolling. Just know that not everybody is going to want to reach out to you. You sometimes need to be the person that ends up reaching out to them. You can do so through like some of the whispers, the whisper function in Twitch. Some people have their Discords connected, so if you want to like send a DM in Discord, obviously be really polite about it. But one thing that's important, like before you end up doing any of that, is like get a feel for their content, make sure that they also get a feel for your content, so that both of you could end up like feeling pretty confident that whatever collab you end up doing, that it would end up, working out well for both of your channels. Like obviously you got a brand to protect, and you don't want anything to like branch too outside of that brand. I don't even remember how, like, I think that I reached out to you to do a collab stream. I forget how I
Yeah, I think
exactly
so.
did it.
I think so. That sounds about right. Yeah. But
because I think the first collab that we did was for Animal Crossing, actually.
yeah, I was thinking about that
Yeah.
today. I was like, it was like right before our collab right now, and I was like, what did we do the first time? I think I did settle on Animal Crossing. I think that's what we did. And then it was like a little bit of just chatting at the end, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was a blast, though, you know?
Yeah, I remember we did Animal Crossing because, like, I knew that you were, and obviously still are, like, pretty big into Animal Crossing as far as the content that you make. And I was like, I don't really want her to feel like she's branching too far away from what her brand is. And so I was like, yeah, we could do some Animal Crossing stuff. So, like, that's also another thing to keep in mind. If you plan on doing a collab with somebody and, like, they predominantly play League of Legends, then don't ask them to play Animal Crossing. Or if they predominantly play, like, Mario games, don't ask them to play Doom Eternal, you know? And so, like, get a feel for their content, make sure that they can get a feel for your content. But once you have that relationship, don't be afraid to reach out.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is good advice. I like that. Yeah, that is a good way to put that.
Yeah. Next question.
Next question. Let's
do it.
This is
a very specific one. How do you think the hit animated 2024 DreamWorks film, The Wild Robot, will affect my emotional state as I go to watch it for the 6th time tonight?
Now, who said that? No, who asked this question? That feels like I have like 2 guesses in my mind.
I think you can guess.
But Can I? I'm scared.
No, guess.
You're probably right. I want to say Chloe.
Oh,
I want to say Chloe.
No, it's not Chloe.
Okay. Is it Twy?
It's Twy. Yeah, it's 100% Twy.
That's my second guess. Yeah. Okay. I have not seen The Wild Robot. I have heard great things about it, though.
Polly, you gotta see the movie. It's so good.
I haven't seen it. Okay. Well, I need to see it. I need it. Okay. Do you know Kit Connor's in it? He does a great job. I'm for the 6th time. You should know, Twy. You've seen it. Why are you asking me? Like, I mean, I guess it'll just, I think 6 times a charm, like you're gonna be emotionally damaged forever.
Like, I know that, first of all, I talked about expanding my physical media collection. I am 100% going to get The Wild Robot, like, as soon as I can, because it is, I genuinely think, DreamWorks' best movie. And I do not say that lightly. I love How to Train Your Dragon. I love Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think that it is one of the best animated feature films of the last decade. And I still think that The Wild Robot is DreamWorks' best film.
Wow, that says something, yeah.
I definitely have cried more in movies in the past, like, few years, but I cried in The Wild Robot. There were a few times where, like, tears were welling up, and I'm like, you get back in there, tear. And I did, like, the whole Mr. T's character and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball too, and, like, the tears sucked back into my eye, and I'm like, no, we're keeping these tears inside, okay? But then, at the end of the second act, without spoilers, I shed a few tears. I had to let it go. And at the end of the movie, I turned to my left because I went to see it with my girlfriend, and at credits, I saw her face, and it was drenched in tears.
Oh my goodness! Do I want to watch this, or will I be?
It's so good. It's so good. Know. It will make you feel the full spectrum of human emotion. I'm telling you, it is so good.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to check it out. I do like, though, that you won't consider buying the FNAF movie on Blu-ray, but you will The Wild Robot. Like, I will have to be the judge of this once I see it.
Because The Wild Robot is a good movie.
Okay, you know what? Thank you. It's fine. Just be a hater. But okay. I from what I've seen, I feel like I might need to put it on my list.
Yeah, if you can see it in theaters, I recommend seeing it in theaters. I don't know if you have AMC where you're at, but AMC does do Discount Tuesdays. So, like, just be on the lookout for that. That's how I ended up watching it.
I will look out. Yeah. Absolutely. But okay, I mean, yeah, I guess Twy answered his own question, but
yeah,
what can you do?
Yeah. Like, all right. You didn't leave a lot of room for us here, but, like, you gave me an opportunity to talk about one of my favorite movies of the last year, so I'm happy.
Like, I feel like, how will it affect my emotional state as I go to watch it for the 6th time? Yes. Like, I don't know how to really respond, but, like, yes. It will. That's the only thing you need to know.
Get ready to feel things once more. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Have either of you been watching Arcane?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
And, like, I am not a League of Legends player, and I never want to become a League of Legends player because I do want to cling on to the happiness that I have in life, and I do not want to let that happiness go away at the expense of Riot Games. But I love Arcane. It is such a good show. Not family friendly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of violence, there's a lot of language, and there are some very heavy themes. But, oh my gosh, so many of these characters are so tragic. And I feel for so many of them, including characters that are doing really questionable things that I am not of. Like, I do not want to see these precious characters do these things that I know are going to be destructive to the relationships that they have and the relationships that others have. But, like, it is... Like, I don't really blame them for making those decisions because of the circumstances that they're being put into. The writing is so fantastic. The animation is gorgeous. I don't know if you know this, but, like, Season 2 of Arcane literally cost $250 million to produce. A season for a television show costs $250 million. But, like, when you look at the animation and, like, the set design that they have done for all the different scenes, it shows, and it is so good. Star, you know what's up. Titan, I imagine you know what's up as well. Like, Arcane is so good. I'll never be a League player, but I really get why people enjoy League of Legends lore now, because the show is so good.
I'm gonna trust you with this one. I have not seen it, but I may or may not have to check it out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this, just to, like, kind of, like, preface it. Each season is 9 episodes long. Each season is also divided into 3-episode arcs. And so what I recommend is, if you are going to start watching it, watch the first 3 episodes and see if you end up getting hooked through that. And if you do, then stick around. Yeah, exactly. The fight scenes are so well choreographed and so well animated. Star says, I'm the #1 League hater, but #1 Arcane lover. I 100% support that.
I didn't actually know that, Star. You learn something new every day. I had no idea that you were into that, but, like, go for it, you know? What can I say?
I like... I mean, you are very familiar with Star's art. I will say this, the character design of some of the characters, like, I can understand why Star is a fan of the show. Like, the vibes are great. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I love Jinx too. I'm really glad that the girlies finally have a Joker of their own. It's, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyways, next question.
Next question. Let's do it.
Who do you look up to and why?
I feel like there's so many people. People are so crazy. Like, can we talk about that? Like, people are just mind-blowing, like, unbelievable. There's, like, one specific person, though, that I think of when I get this question. And that would be my mother. I have to give a huge shout out to my mother. I feel like, in a very strange way, like, the universe has not been on her side every day of her life, but somehow she manages to just push through. And unlike anything I've ever seen before, like, the average person would have given up, like, 18 chapters ago if they were her. But she does things that aren't even possible for the average human being to do. Like, she blows my mind every single day, and there is not a day that she just does not do something incredible. I have to give a huge shout out to my mother. I love her so much, and yeah, she inspires me, and I think about her with every step that I take, because without her, I would literally be nothing. So, yeah, I gotta say my mom.
That is awesome. And, you know, honestly, I gotta say my mom as well. Both of my parents are pretty phenomenal. they have been able to afford me such amazing things and especially experiences in my life that I know that if I had any other collection of parents, I would not have been able to have those experiences. And for that, I will be forever grateful. And I am always thankful of the sacrifices that they made, especially as I was growing up as a teenager. First of all, I was a very rude teenager.
Really?
I was very moody. I was like, we were talking about social isolation earlier. I was doing that all the time when I was a teenager, and like I think that teenagers, like, kind of everywhere go through different phases and moods and whatnot, and there's a lot of kids out there that they will develop a relationship with animosity towards their parents, and it's not because they don't love their parents. It's because they're dealing with all sorts of emotions and hormones that they're not used to, and, you know, it's very difficult to regulate them. Like, their amygdalas are going crazy, but their prefrontal cortexes won't fully develop until much later, you know? And so it was really tough, and they were able to love me through it and support me through all of that, and I'm really thankful, and I'm never going to forget that. I do also want to throw a name out there. Because I actually ended up talking about this at work today. One of my biggest inspirations is Hank Green. Funny science internet man, Hank Green. I love the work that he and his brother do with Vlogbrothers, with Complexly. They started a YouTube channel in 2007, kept it going, use the revenue from that YouTube channel in order to create the Complexly company. So now they can create videos like Crash Course and SciShow and PBS Eons, I think. Or no, Journey to the Microcosmos was a show that they ended up doing on YouTube. And they have devoted themselves to creating educational content that is free and widely accessible. And I find that so inspiring because, we need to have people that are curious about the world. And those videos help people remain curious about the world and learn to appreciate the beauty of things like science and the humanities and stuff. And then that's not enough. They also ended up creating a bunch of nonprofit organizations. They created these companies that, basically it's Newman's Own Dressing, but instead of donating all the proceeds to a different charity, they donate all the proceeds to Partners in Health and a bunch of people that are building a maternal center for excellence in Sierra Leone that is going to literally save thousands of lives. And if that isn't enough, Hank Green is also a New York Times best-selling author. And the guy cannot quit. I don't know how he does it. And he's just a funny little science man from Missoula, Montana. And he is making the world a better place through all the different things that he ends up creating. And he engages people in a way that asks them to think and ask big questions about the world and how to be a better community. And I want to be that type of person, And so
Yeah,
I really
love
look up
that.
to him.
Yeah, I love that, honestly.
Yeah.
It's honestly so awesome.
Yeah. That's
Apparently-
yeah.
I'm having some issues on my end. Stream is frozen for people. Some people it is, some people it's not. Hopefully that fixes. If you can hear me, refresh. I don't know. I don't really have any control, but I apologize. Yeah. I love that. I think I like how unique your answer was too. I feel like that's not everyone's first thought, but at the same time, I don't know. It makes a lot of sense, and I see exactly where you're coming from.
Is it weird to say that one of my biggest inspirations is a YouTuber? Be real.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Because, one of my biggest inspirations is a YouTuber, but, Hank is awesome. I have actually had the opportunity to meet him at VidCon, and he's such a cool guy.
Oh my goodness, really? Now that's a flex. Now that's a flex. Yeah, literally crazy. But no, we all know your favorite YouTuber that you look up to is me. You could just say it, it's fine.
It is you, and also Mr. A-Game.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. I do remember you saying something about that.
And Arlo. I will always love Arlo. I want to give him
Rightfully
hugs.
so. Rightfully so, rightfully so.
All right, next
All right,
question.
next question.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead and read away.
Do you like drawing? I do. Yeah, I draw a lot for stream. The overlay that I have right now and the chibi characters, basically everything on the screen, is not created by me. It's created by Star. But in the past, I have made a lot of my own overlays and the classic frog VTuber. I make really simple things. I can't say that I'm the most skilled artist out there. Like my competition consists of people like Star, which really does not make it easy for me to succeed. But yeah, I mean, I think drawing for fun is so awesome. I draw physically a lot, like on like paper, not so much digitally, which I haven't been doing as much recently. But like low key, last year I figured out I am not as horrible as of an artist as I thought I was. So yeah, I did get really good at one point. But I just do it more for fun. I do a lot of things for fun. I will proudly claim I am not good at a lot of things, and that's okay. I'm not great at art, I'm not great at video games, but I'm doing it for a living, basically.
Yeah.
So, not a living, but a side hobby, a main side hobby, I should say. So, yeah, I mean, I do it because it's fun, for the enjoyment, but yeah, I guess, yeah, I do.
Nice. I do enjoy drawing. Lore drop, I actually took advanced art for 2 years in middle school. And the teacher that I had was also my 8th grade social studies teacher, and like she's a really big inspiration to me. But I loved doing art when I was a kid, and unfortunately, like I just haven't really done much in terms of drawing lately. I don't even doodle that much anymore. I don't know if it's because, like, I've fallen out of it. I don't know if it's because I have so many other things that I do now, like streaming, like, you know, either video editing, or sometimes I will do, like, Photoshop Lite editing for, like, all the stuff that's related to stream. Part of me wants to get, not Adobe Illustrator, but I think it's called GIMP? Or like something that is basically like Adobe Illustrator Lite, because I want to like do some designs like in my free time and whatnot. I do really like the adult coloring books. I don't know if you've seen.
Those are so fun.
They're so much fun. Oh my
They're so much
gosh.
fun.
Like putting some Star Trek The Next Generation on and just like having an evening where I'm coloring Doctor Who images. It's so good.
I know. They're like the perfect thing for traveling too. Like when you just have so much time and don't know what to do with it, you just get out one of those like advanced coloring books. They're so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do the next one then. What type of equipment do you guys use while streaming?
Really simple stuff. I have a laptop, which is like a PC, so I don't really have like the separate PC. It's getting me by, but like I can't say that it's the most reliable thing ever. Like she has her issues, but that's what I use mainly. The main brain. Then I got my microphone. I have 2 capture cards. I have one that I use for Wii games, and then I have one that I use for the Switch.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. It gets a little difficult because I gotta like switch between them.
Would you mind explaining briefly why it would make sense that you have 2 different capture cards?
Yeah, so because the systems are built differently, one is like a legal adult, like 18 years old, and the other is newer. They obviously connect differently. They have different inputs and outputs and such. Like the Wii, for example, has those audio video cable cords, the red, yellow, and white, which is so lovely because you can't really connect that straight to a laptop or capture card that takes HDMI like the Switch does. So I needed to get a capture card that would allow me to input those 3 cords into a separate card, and then I need one for the Switch that takes like the HDMI, if that makes sense. I don't know if that really made sense, but close enough, you know? Yeah, it's very fun. It's not that bad, but it is a little bit of a hassle on Tuesdays, like when I have one set up and then the game that wins for the day is like on the other console, so I'm like, give me a minute, and then I'm like disheveling my whole setup to like get cords where they need to go. It's not bad, but yeah, it would have been easier if my Wii U worked, but it unfortunately did not want to accept City Folk into its system. And now my normal Wii does not want to do that either. So no more City Folk, I guess. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, really simple stuff, really basic stuff. I believe I put a video out on my YouTube channel. It had to do with like advice for streamers, like beginning streamer advice. I believe I linked all of the products and things that I use, all of the different like I don't know what equipment pieces of equipment to the description if you want to check out exactly what pieces I have. But yeah, that's just the quick rundown.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit about the specifics of equipment, so I can actually dive into that. I do have a PC that I got from CyberPower. It's like a 11th generation Intel i7 for the CPU, RTX 3060 for the graphics card. The capture card that I use is an Elgato 4K 60. Or it might be a 4K 60 Pro. It's like one of the more recent ones, but I wanted to make sure that I get a capture card that's kind of future-proof. And then the microphone that I use is the Rode PodMic USB. Eventually, I'm going to end up getting like an audio interface where I can hook up an XLR cable into like a thing where I can adjust the EQ, I can adjust like all sorts of different things with a bunch of knobs and levers. But that is what I've got so far, and I'm actually using an audio arm that actually came with my old microphone. So I've got a pop filter from my old microphone. I've got the arm from my old microphone, but I use the new microphone for the audio. Yeah, so far I really like the PodMic because it's really easy to just like plug it in with a USB-C to USB-A cable. It could go directly into your PC. And it's relatively straightforward. And then as far as the capture card goes, I used to have like one of those cheap $30 capture cards that you could get off of Amazon and something. And like those capture cards definitely work. But like thanks to a subathon that I ended up having on August, and thanks to this community supporting me in the work that I do, I was able to afford that upgraded capture card, and I'm able to capture at higher frame rates and whatnot, and so I appreciate that. But I also want to emphasize that if you want to get into streaming, you don't need that fancy equipment. Like, if you end up just playing games on PC, like indie games, then you don't even need a capture card or a console. You could just get started right away. And, you know, it's going to be a learning process. You're going to have some bumps along the way. But eventually, if you're able to get to the point where you can upgrade equipment, I strongly suggest that the first thing that you upgrade is the microphone. People can forgive, like, capturing games at lower frame rates or lower resolutions, but if you do not have good audio, then people will not even want to have you on in the background on a second monitor. If you have good, clean, crisp audio, then people are going to want to stick around, and they're going to want to listen. So, audio, very
absolutely.
important.
Yeah, other than like my microphone, I basically have all my original equipment. So like, yeah, I still have like the $30 capture card, and like it works. It's gotten me by for like 2 years now.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you don't need to get fancy at all.
Yeah.
The only reason I had to replace microphones is because they literally broke. So other than that, I would have kept it original, but this one's nice, so thank goodness the other one's broke.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah. Next question. So random. What's the longest you've chewed a piece of gum? I don't really chew gum. Like, I'm not a gum enjoyer. It just makes me like hungry because of like the tricks it plays on your brain. I don't really love them. Maybe like a couple hours though. No longer than that. I've heard of crazy streaks people have with chewing gum.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
I think that the longest time that I've chewed a piece of gum is maybe a couple hours. I totally get what you're saying though, with like not enjoying gum in the way that it tricks your brain. I know lots of people who they enjoy gum. I can't really get my mind around it. Like for example, I know that my grandmother cannot drive unless she is chewing gum. And there's just something in her brain that says, I need to do this before I do that. And like, more power to her. But
Yeah.
I don't really like chewing gum because I don't like how it basically fills your stomach with all sorts of mint-flavored spit.
Literally. Yeah, it's kind of nasty.
It's gross, and like it tastes good at least for a while, but then once the flavor goes away, then what's the point? You're just chewing for the sake of chewing.
Like my jaw just starts hurting, and then it starts clicking, and then I'm like, oh my god, I'm just overworking it. Like for what? Like just call me a big back.
Yeah.
Just tell me I have a double chin without telling me. Like I just can't. I don't want to chew just to chew. It's like, no, I don't love it.
If I wanted to chew just to chew, then I would at least order a well done steak.
That's what I'm saying.
But then again, I would never do that because medium rare or even rare is the way to go. Personally.
You could go for a well done. Like I don't know if it's some kind of like.
But you're also a ketchup enjoyer. You probably do it well done and then add ketchup to it, don't you?
I do.
Oh my god. Sorry guys, stream over. Pack it up.
No, because okay, if it's meat, I will take it with ketchup. Like people, I'm crazy when I whip out the ketchup on the table with steak. Sorry, I don't want your gross A1 sauce. Like I'm gonna eat it with ketchup because it's meat.
A1 sauce?
Oh my gosh, yes. You have to level with me on this one.
You come into my Discord and you disrespect me.
Oh my gosh.
No. Oh my god.
Zootopia reference? Like.
Yeah.
Was that a Zootopia reference?
Oh my god.
I think.
No. Did you? Oh my gosh. No. It's The Godfather.
Oh. Okay. Well, then that must have been a Godfather reference then.
Yes, it's a Godfather reference, and
oh my
Zootopia
gosh.
was referencing The Godfather.
Okay, my bad.
Oh
now it's clicking in my head. That was my first thought though. The voice sounded more the like little mole rat than Hear me out.
Okay, no, try to save yourself. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm just digging the grave for myself at this point. It's
like
okay.
If you're gonna dig yourself into a hole, can I at least offer you a shovel in these troubling times?
I've already sank 5 feet down. Like it doesn't matter. I'm gone. I'm long gone.
It's all good. I was gonna say something. Oh wait. Since you are a ketchup enjoyer, I will say this, and everybody in Twitch chat is gonna get a little bit of a sneak preview. You should check out the TikTok/YouTube short that I'm gonna post tomorrow.
I'm scared, but okay. Yay!
I will. Related to ketchup. I'm just saying.
Related to ketchup?
Yep.
Is it gonna be ketchup slander, or is this like a...
I guess you're gonna have to find out.
Okay, I guess we're all gonna have to find out. What can I say? But you know what? Just... I don't know. I can't see eye to eye with you on that one. Ketchup is just too good. It is made from the gods. Crafted by the gods.
If you say
Peachy
so.
said that she's chewed a piece of gum for 10 hours once. Get out. I bet you had like the
Peachy,
most
that doesn't
Giga
surprise
Chad.
me.
Yeah, no, I just know she had the most Giga Chad build after that though. Like the jawline was snatched. I can just imagine.
I imagine a duck now, but with the most chiseled chin.
With a chiseled chin duck. Is
just
the chiseled
like
chin duck in the room with this?
mogging on every ugly duckling.
Exactly.
You know?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Exactly. She's the reason the ugly duckling exists.
All
you know?
right. Next question.
Next question, let's do it.
Favorite pop?
Favorite pop? Coca-Cola.
I think that if I were to, I mean, everybody knows Dr. Pepper, but I'm trying to come up with a silly answer. My favorite pop might be Corn, followed by Music, followed by Big Papa.
Okay.
You know, pop
okay,
corn,
so
pop music, and then
the
Big
rip?
Papa. Yeah.
I love that. Really though, that's like, I don't know.
I prefer popcorn to pop music more often than not. I do love Chapel Roan, and I love Sabrina Carpenter. Charlie XCX is great as well, but like, yeah.
I think I need to bring up something to you real quick, speaking of favorite pop, because I remember this was, I don't know if it was our last stream. It might have been that or the one before. Nothing before that. I remember I brought Sabrina Carpenter up to you and you asked who as your response, and I think from there that was the birthplace of your Sabrina Carpenter, your love for Sabrina, you know, because now you follow her on Instagram and enjoy her music, and I think I planted the seed that day.
You know, I think that you might be right on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did. And just give me the credit. Like, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Yeah. 10 points. Good job.
No, but I just think about that. It hurt me on a spiritual level, but I think you've somehow redeemed yourself. So shout out to you.
Thank
The
you.
day I saw you followed her, when it said followed by Wobble Dude, I was like, I've done it. I've done it again. Yeah.
We got him, boys.
We got him. I know. Yeah, I mean, shout out to you though, because Sabrina, she's very iconic. I think her
So
music
good.
is gonna be going down in history books,
Yeah.
textbooks.
Titan says that they like Hop Pop from Amphibia. Also a good pop, I'm not gonna lie. Many
Okay,
such cases,
okay.
yeah. Next question? I really like
Let's
this
do
one.
it.
If
We
all
got 30 minutes left and like 16 questions or something like that.
Can we rapid fire them? I believe we can. If all jobs
think we
offered
can.
a livable wage, what would your ideal career be?
I think streaming. I think it's so fun. If I could, for some reason, make a livable wage off of this, yeah, I would do it full time.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it sounds so fun. Imagine just sitting in front of a computer, chatting it up with you really cool kids and playing Animal Crossing like all day. Like, okay, sure, I'll do that. That would be very fun. But I just do it for fun
I
right
get
now because
that. Yeah. I think that I might actually disagree with you on that one because like I love streaming, but I don't know if I would ever want to do it full time because like there's also a lot of stressors that come along with it as well. And the thing that I always worry about is if I were to become a full-time streamer and a full-time content creator, I worry about how that would affect like my ability to connect with people who aren't content creators. And like I always want to make sure that whatever I end up doing, I have a very close set of friends that I can meet with in person. And I have no doubt that I would still be able to do that if I was doing full-time content creation, but it would feel different. And one thing that I have heard is that like one of the reasons why content creators, they have such close friendships with other content creators is because sometimes they need somebody that they could end up talking to about the unique struggles that come along with content creation. And like, I'm not trying to yuck your yum or anything, but I'm just trying to explain why I don't know if I would do that. Part of me thinks that I would actually still want to remain a teacher because I just genuinely love teaching. If I could find a way to be a teacher in a way that allows me to do half the grading and none of the emails, oh my God, I would do it in a heartbeat. The other job that I could see myself doing is being a travel blogger. I would love to travel the world, type up a bunch of stories, give people recommendations for traveling, kind of going back to like what I would love to do as a life goal. Like if I can find a way to do that and get paid for it, I'm there.
Absolutely. No, that is you coded. And I see where you're coming from too. But I also feel like, I don't know, my toxic traits thinking that I'm just never going to be socially challenged, even though I am. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, if I were streaming time and my work was just like isolating myself in like one space with nobody else other than me and the screen, like, yeah, I think it would get to my head at one point. But yeah, no, in a way, I can also agree with you on what you said for your second option too, because my dream job, if this was easier to obtain, would be to go into like the field of education. I think that's like something that I've always wanted to do, but I just never got around to it. So yeah, I mean, eventually, if for some reason I could make more than $1.380 an hour, I would love to do that.
It is very redeeming and it is very rewarding, but it is also a lot of work. And just be prepared for that. We got to rapid fire through these. So next question: if you were in a fairy tale, what character would you be?
You have to tell me, who would I be? Who do you think I give the vibes of?
I mean, you would be Princess Tiana from The Princess and the Frog because you're a frog.
I am. What can I say? You know, would I kiss one? Absolutely too. So I guess that's pretty fair. You're totally like. Oh, that's a hard question. I have to say, you're kind of giving like. Me after trying to refresh my memory on fairy tales, this can go in so many different directions. You kind of give like what's his face, Sebastian from like Little Mermaid.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's such a better answer than what I was thinking.
Oh, what were you thinking?
I was thinking that I would be the troll under the bridge, and I would have to have people answer my riddles 3 if they want to cross the bridge, but the riddles 3 are phrased in like the Socratic method that allows the person who's crossing the bridge to actually learn a little something about themselves or the world around them.
Okay, I mean, not my first thought. Fade over here says Flynn Rider for you.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Flynn Rider. That would be very real. I want to be Pascal, low key, because he's like the closest thing to a frog. Like, hear me out.
Yeah, you could be
Other than
Pascal,
being
and then
Princess.
I'll be Flynn Rider, just giving my smolder, you know?
Just giving the smolder. You can't convince me you don't have a smolder. I feel like you do.
Oh, I definitely
I don't
have a
even
smolder.
think I have the capability of like smoldering. I don't know, but Flynn Rider I think is one of the best male Disney characters ever written. We don't talk about him enough.
So good.
So yeah, compliment for sure. All right, next question. We got rapid fire.
Best Disney princess, go.
Snow White. I love Rapunzel too.
Bold
Speaking of Rapunzel,
choice. Wow, Snow White. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry.
I do really think that Rapunzel deserves a very close to the top spot on the list, but for me, I think the best Disney princess is Emperor Cusco.
Okay, yeah. I see it. I thought you were going to say... She's good, though.
Yeah, no, Emperor Cusco is phenomenal. Such character development throughout the course of the story. Ends up starting off, like, really, you know, really full of himself, and then by the end, like, ends up learning the importance of community and human connection, ironically by becoming a llama. And the Emperor Cusco is also the sassiest Disney princess, and so that is why he is at the top.
Yeah, what a queen, what a queen. At that rate, not even a princess anymore.
Okay, but why Snow White?
I don't know. I don't know. I've always liked her. She's always been my favorite. I don't know. Iconic. Like, classic, one of the first Disney princesses. Like, what can I say?
The first Disney
paved
princess.
the path. The first, yeah, I can say.
And talking to animals is such a huge skill. Like, it's clear that Snow White is a druid, and we love her for that.
Yeah, she's just a kind soul, okay? Like, people are just so mean to her for what? Like, what in the, like, 1937? Like, it's not my fault. Like, she's a queen.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next question. Right. Best Disney movie. Go.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, I have to say Ratatouille. Like, I feel like there's so many Disney movies, but like, if we're talking animated, Ratatouille.
Okay, I agree that Ratatouille is the best Pixar movie, but if we are excluding Pixar and doing exclusively Walt Disney Studios.
What? I mean, Pixar is basically Disney. They're like
Pixar
the same thing.
is owned by Disney, but I'm thinking that if we're doing just Walt Disney Animation Studios, I think the best Disney movie is The Lion King. Maybe tied with Sleeping Beauty. No, not no. Oh my gosh, why did I say that? Maybe tied with Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast has to be up there for me. It's actually just too good. Lion King, I have to stop you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
Wow.
I know. We'll just cut the friendship off here. I'm sorry.
Somebody is not a fan of Shakespeare's Hamlet.
I know. I'm sorry. If we're talking me, no. That one's even worse. But I don't know. Something about Lion King, I just can't. I can't. And I know it's controversial. I know I'm gonna be hated. Like, lock me up. I don't know what to say.
Clipped and chipped.
I just have to I have to politely decline. There we go. I'm 6 feet into the ground now, so.
Beauty and the Beast, though?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah, I do really like that movie. I've seen it hundreds of times.
All right. Next question?
I don't know. Next question.
Are you going to watch Wicked or Moana 2 first?
Moana 2.
Wicked.
I don't know. Something about Wicked. I don't know how I feel about it. I can't imagine it's going to be bad, but like, it just seems overhyped. It seems very theatrical, which I get is the point, because it is like based off of a Broadway performance, but like, I don't know. It's just, I have something against like people who like theater, which is like so bad. What's wrong with me? Like, I don't know. I need to just stop this.
We are
but
no longer friends.
I know. Cut off the friendship.
I was a theater kid in high school. I love musical theater, and I can't believe you would hurt me in this way.
But I was too. That's the problem. Like not anything crazy, but I took a class here and there. I thought it was fun, but like the people are just too outrageous for me. Like for somebody who had insane social anxiety and just kind of wanted to keep to myself, when you hear people like screaming in your face like all the time, like it's just the energy, the extroversion, like I don't know. I think it's just like theater kids scare me. I think that's what it is.
My quick answer to this question is I'm probably going to see Wicked first. I do want to admit that both of these movies come off as a cash grab that probably isn't going to honor the original artistic vision of what it came from, but
yeah,
I'm going to watch the movie that has Jeff Goldblum in it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Right.
I'll give it to you.
Next
have you
question.
ever had a favorite sibling?
Of course I have.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I can't say who, but I mean, I have. I don't anymore, though.
Yeah.
I love them all equally.
Oh,
but
no, I'm
at one
willing
point,
to say
absolutely.
it. I'm willing to, like,
Okay.
be out in public and say, yes, I have had a favorite sibling. Yeah.
Can we get a name drop?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hank Green is definitely my preferred Green brother.
Okay. You know what? That's crazy. That's crazy. I thought we were going to get some actual lore here, but it's fine. You know what?
He's my favorite sibling between the two of them. I mean, John Green is phenomenal. I love Looking for Alaska and The Fault in Our Stars, Turtles All the Way Down. Like, he does amazing work, and I'm really excited for his new book about tuberculosis, but, like, Hank Green is funny internet science man. How can you not love him?
I think, okay, yeah. That's valid. You did answer the question technically, so.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. The
yeah.
next question, what is a genre of music that you'll never listen to?
Country. I don't know. I have a deep hatred for it. Like every time I hear it, like I kind of want to make my ears bleed. Like I don't know. I cannot bear to listen to it.
I like aspects of every genre of music that I have heard. That does not mean that I like every time period within those subgenres or within those genres. Like, I understand why you don't like country. I don't like post 9/11 country. As weird as that is to sound, like, post 9/11 country is way too, like, America raw for me. I prefer the country of, like, people that are singing sad songs into the microphone about, like, their truck breaking down, or about how their boss doesn't respect them, and so they're forming a workers' union. I respect that country.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
No, because I feel like all of it, that's the problem, is like, it's just so goofy for me. Like, why do I want to listen? Why do I want to listen about your truck breaking down in the middle of the night?
Because it's the plight of the working class.
No, I don't know. I have to just, I can't. It feels like so goofy for so much credit. Like, where did the balance go? Like, I feel like, yeah. And like, the America stuff is kind of goofy to me too. Like, you're a little too patriotic. Let's calm down just a little bit. It's like, I would never openly say those things and come up with them myself. Like, I
get it. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, not saying I'm not loving America. Like, I'm not trying to be anti-America over here, but like, it's like a little too much. It's a lot for me.
Next question.
Next question.
Let's try to do this with zero explanation to keep on keeping on.
Oh my gosh.
Best genre of music.
Oh, okay. I have to say pop. And although this fits in the same category, technically it's referred to electropop now, which is just 80s pop. Either pop music. Yeah.
Jazz.
Oh my god. Okay. Really? I feel like I was not expecting that.
Jazz. There's so many different subgenres.
I feel like we can't have an explanation, but I am just curious. Like, what is your favorite kind of jazz? Like instrumental, like kind of.
I like big band and swing. I like modal. I like fusion. And I like small band or small group swing as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question.
In your opinion, which decade has the best pop culture in terms of music, movies, fashion, etc.?
The 80s, in my opinion. I think it has like some of the most iconic pop culture ever.
I mean, it's difficult to decide between the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, I can agree.
I love how cheesy the 80s are, and I love how kitsch and just completely not self-aware the 90s is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's valid.
But I do miss how in the 90s you could go to like places and it felt like they actually had genuine character. Like this is back where going to different McDonald's, they would actually have like different themed McDonald's and stuff. And now you go to every McDonald's and it is the exact same corporate, stale, gray box looking trash. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things just had personality back then, and that's why I
I miss when pop
Also,
culture had personality, you know?
Yeah. Twilight Mom, put that away. She just said, good job, Holly. Plus, the 80s has cool old cars. You know what? I take it back. I take it back. But you can't lie. 40 plus years, it is up there in the numbers. I'm not lying. It's just a fact. Okay? Not trying to offend anybody. I'm just spitting facts.
Next question.
What company or capture card company would you recommend? I would say, although they're a little pricey, Elgato, like you have, definitely have some real good stuff. Yeah, that's like probably the most well-known and most trusted capture card company.
Do your research with what style of capture card you want to do, if you want to capture it 1080p or 4K, and what the frame rate is going to look like, and obviously research the price range. But Elgato, like, there's a reason why they're the best in the biz.
Absolutely, yeah.
Next question. If you could live in any decade, when would you choose, and would you live there forever? Oh, God.
I wonder. I'm kidding. I would love to go back to the 80s. I would not want to live there forever, though. I think it's fun to live. And then I want to come back because there's, although the day we're living in now is very challenging, I still feel like there's so many great things that come out of it that I would not want to give up forever.
Man, whatever decade I choose, I would not want to live there forever.
You're giving like 1702 or something like that. Like you're giving 1720, like
as a man who has studied history, I know that all of it sucks. So like, why would I choose any decade? Like on one hand, like the modern era has like some of the best available medical technology that will allow us to have the best quality of life that we could have. It's just a lot of economic factors prevent that from being a reality for most people. And so it's like, I don't know. And like, where would I want to live? Could I live in the roaring 20s, but then loop the moment that we get to 1929 and then go back to the start again? Like,
I mean, it doesn't say you can't, so
give me the
guess.
jazz, give me the party, give me none of the Great Depression. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And
I'll give
please,
it to you.
could we have some better human rights and civil rights this time? That's all that I will say.
True. Yeah. Let's do it. I mean, by let's, I mean you. You go for it.
Speaking of civil rights, I promise this is relevant. If you like the X-Men, who's your favorite?
I don't know much about the X-Men. I'm ashamed. I need to do my research, but I can't answer.
I love Storm. I just love her character design and I love her powers. Wolverine, fantastic, obviously. Nightcrawler is a really interesting character, but like, I love Storm and I always will.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
What color looks best on you? I have been wearing green since basically I came home from the hospital. So I have to say green. It's built into my DNA at this point, and I am destined to pull off every shade. So green.
I actually think that IRL I actually have blue eyes, and so blue really helps make my eyes pop. But I also do really look good in green, and one color that I have been really repping lately, and I love the way that I look in it, is brown. I love brown as a color. All sorts of different shades, mix it up, have some tan, some that are like more of a deep dark brown. I love a good tweed coat, you know? Brown.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Brown. That's valid. I think it gets a lot of hate for no, but
yeah. All right, next question.
question.
Do you prefer console or PC?
Console. I don't play on PC a whole lot. I'm not bad. Like, I get the controls, but I just play on console so much more. I like the way it plays, and I also just like the games that it has to offer more. So
I get that, and I understand, Star. I know that you feel betrayed, but like you're just gonna have to move past that, man. I'm sorry that I lied to you about my eye color.
how could you?
Yeah. Do you prefer console or PC? For me, like as a Nintendo boy, I'm always gonna rep the Nintendo systems, but most other games, I'm probably gonna prefer PC, specifically so that I can tweak the different settings to get it to run as best as I can on my machine. Plus, I love mods. You're telling me that I can play Skyrim while also having Pikachu as a follower? Sign me up.
That's fair. That's valid. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of that though, so I feel like I just play with a lot of the default settings on PC.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Next question.
All right.
Favorite eye color?
I really have not seen a bad eye color. I do like green eyes though. I feel like I don't really meet a lot of people who have like green eyes, so I think it's really cool. Plus, I'm kind of jealous. I feel like that'd be super cool to have green eyes, but I don't think I would look good if I did. So.
Oh, man, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to rank them. I feel bad for ranking them. like I said
you would rank them.
Yeah, well, I mean, if your favorite, you're choosing one at the top. I do like all eyes. I think that
That's what I'm saying.
you know, eyes are beautiful, and I think that like rather than say that I have a favorite eye color, I would say that my favorite eyes to look into are the eyes of somebody who is smiling.
Okay, 8 or 8, like that kind of.
Yeah, because like they're curling up on the edges, and then it makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, you know?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, perfect.
Okay.
Next question.
Quickly, what particular qualities do you like or look for in friendships?
Probably somebody who's trustworthy, really kind, flexible, I think is a big one. Just any positive thing ever. Like, as long as there's no like negative qualities, like I guess that's what makes a great friendship, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that the quality that I look for is how that person ends up treating others. Whether they are just
That's
random
smart,
passersby in the street, whether that is like wait staff at a restaurant, that I think is a really good indicator of one's personality and their ability to connect with others. And if they respect others, even when they know that they're never going to see that person again, I really like that.
Yeah, that's smart. You know what? You're getting too creative with these. Like, I need to up my game, but yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Next question. What is the best M&M type?
Peanut M&Ms.
Yes! Thank you, peanut M&Ms!
Woo! Yes! Thank you for... Good.
It's a classic. The caramel M&Ms and the peanut butter M&Ms are good, but like you can't beat a whole peanut. It's just so good.
Oh my gosh. Delicious. Delectable. They have like a distinct flavor and you just cannot have enough of them.
Yes. All right. Next question. What is one thing you... you know what? Go ahead. Read.
No, that's okay. Go for it.
Okay. What is one thing you are scared of, and what is your biggest fear?
I don't... Too many? Like, I'm just a scaredy cat. Bugs are a big one for me. Like, it's a gnarly fear of mine. Like, whenever I see bugs, my body goes into, like, an autopilot mode, and I suddenly can't even comprehend what's happening. Like, it kind of just does things for me to, like, reject whatever's happening. So, like, if I see a spider, suddenly I'm no longer in control. I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing, but, like, suddenly I'm 20 feet away. Like, I just lunge and launch back, and I'm like, so what even happened? Like, I didn't even see why I did that. But it's gotta be, like, a rational thing. Like, I don't know. It's bad. But
Polly,
yeah, bugs in general, specifically spiders.
Polly out here doing a backwards long jump the moment a spider shows up.
Basically, and I can't even comprehend what's happening. Like, it just happened. Kind of crazy.
Man.
I should get it checked out, but...
See, for me, it is stinging insects. I do not do bees. I do not do wasps.
Ooh.
I do not do hornets. But my biggest fear, this is going to sound really dark, and so I'm glad that we have one last question after this one, but, like, my biggest fear is, like, either like a brain tumor or something that would end up affecting my brain's ability to function, because my brain is literally who I am as a person and everything that I know and how I interface with the world. And so if I lose that, I lose everything. That's my
That's
biggest
fair.
fear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
All right.
Last
To brighten
question.
the mood, I
Yay! Happy moment. Favorite part of Thanksgiving?
Yay! Maybe the food, I would have to say. Like, it's just the main part of Thanksgiving, and it's #yummy, so...
For me...
I mean, being thankful is good too, but, you know.
Well, yeah, yeah, the gratitude, yeah, that's fine. But the food? Have you tried the food?
But the food?
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
I am a fan of garlic mashed potatoes, fresh cranberry sauce I have grown to love and enjoy over the years. But I do think that the garlic mashed potatoes take the cake for me every year. It's so good. But I also do like the pumpkin white chocolate snickerdoodles.
Ooh, okay, that sounds fancy. I'm like a pumpkin cheesecake kind of a fan.
Oh, I love a good
Hear me
pumpkin
out.
cheesecake, yeah.
It's so good. So good with like the Cool Whip. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, as we wrap things up, I would actually like to offer one surprise, one treat that is related to Thanksgiving. Okay. All right? Since we're talking about Thanksgiving, anybody who has been a part of my community knows that sometimes when we talk about poems, we talk about limericks. Twilight Mom always comes in with a limerick of her own. I mean, I think that I got a lot of my love for poetry from her and just like finding clever ways to make rhymes. She ended up writing a song to the tune of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but it is about Thanksgiving, and I would like to sing it if I can remember the lyrics.
Go for it. Okay,
I
surprise.
Never sing on stream unless we're doing a charity stream, so this is a treat, okay? All right.
Rare, yeah.
This is called Scoot Me Back from the Table, okay?
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Yep. Scoot me back from the table. Scoot me back from this spread. I ate turkey, yam stuffing, and cranberries too. I even ate green bean casserole. Ew! My tummy's so full that it's aching. If I eat one more bite, I might die. I ate 1, 2, 3 crescent rolls. Oh, did someone say pie?
8 or 8. Woo!
Yeah!
That was great. That was good. Okay, yeah. We're playing that at the family gathering this year. Like, yes. I'm recording that and putting it on the speaker, you know?
Spread the word.
That was good. Spread the word. Scoot me back from the table, guys. An original by Twilight Mom.
It's pretty
I
good.
love that.
Anyways,
that was great. Yeah, a great finale. I like that.
Yeah, that was a great way to wrap things up. I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the Jazz Chatting stream scene, and then we can start wrapping things up.
Let's do it.
I know that I insulted Green Bean Casserole Titan. I know that that's a favorite of yours, but like, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's the lyrics. What can I say? All right, Holly, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me all over the place. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram and at TikTok, all under the username Pollywog Nintendo. Of course, you can find me here on Twitch as well. I am live every single Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch from 5 to 7 p.m. Central Time. We have a fun, awesome time here every time I'm live. So if you ever want to stop by, you are always welcome. I also upload once a week every Sunday on YouTube. So you can check me out all over the place, constantly going all over the place on all the social media platforms. So if you're ever bored, you know where to come because I've always got something ready to serve. Not as great as your song, but it's something I can say, you know?
Yeah.
Where can they find you?
Well, first of all, I just posted the Discord link in Twitch chat, so if you want to join the Discord, we share lots of memes and pet pictures and food pictures, and we have a good laugh. I am obviously available at twitch.tv/WobbleDudeTV. I can also be found on YouTube. I have a VODs channel. It is called Wobble VODs, but if you search Wobble Dude or Wobble VODs, you should be able to find them. I am also available on Instagram and on TikTok, both as Wobble Dude. And I actually got a really good suggestion from Twilight Mom. I don't know if you plan on raiding, but I think that at least for my channel, I'm gonna end up raiding Twy because he is live right now. So
Oh,
make
yeah,
sure to
let's
stick
do
around
it.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if I can whip up a raid as well. Probably to Twy, too.
All
But
right.
either way,
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing this. We should do it again sometime.
always. I'm always open, guys. Just
Excellent.
call me whenever you want me to do a collab, you know?
When are you going to be streaming next?
I am going to be streaming next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be doing some Tuesday, which is where you guys get to choose what you want me to play. It's going to be so super awesome, so super hype.
Nice.
So yeah, stay tuned for that.
And
what about you?
I am going to be streaming this Saturday. We are going to be seeing if we might be able to finish the 6th dungeon in The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh,
yeah.
Making some good progress, you know?
It's such a good game. I love it. Anyways.
I know. I need to get it.
That is going to do it for us for today. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and wherever you are in the world, stay safe.